when you post Happy Mail abroad, from the UK it's a lot cheaper to send a small envelope that's quite thin. So I make my envelopes out of scrap paper and basically junk mail that we get over here. We get quite a lot of A4 size junk mail that is really nice paper, and it seems like quite a pity to waste it, just throw it into the bin. So you can make an envelope out of one piece that is quite cheap to post compared to the next size up, or compared to a thick package envelope. If you want to make one of these, you can make them out of one sheet, and you can either decorate it before you make the envelope and then cut it out and fold it up into an envelope shape, or you can just make an envelope and send it as it is. I've got two different ways of making them. One is from a flat straight sheet of paper that hasn't been folded. The other one is from a piece, so that's my straight piece. It's a piece of used exam paper. Or sometimes when you get things in the post, it's already been folded. So just being lazy, if it's already folded, you can just make the envelope from there by putting another couple of folds in. If it's a blank piece, you can fold the bottom up and start from a straight piece. It doesn't really matter. We get plenty of junk mail over here, and it's all A4. So this has already been folded into an envelope. So I've already got my natural fold. First of all, just going to fold the front down to where I want my front of my envelope to be, and I'm going to cut that off like that. Next I'm going to fold my flap over and cut that off shorter. What I like is I like to put something on the back of my envelope here to decorate it. So if I have a nice short flap, it means that I can have a big piece of decoration on the back. I'm just going to cut along that fold line there. So I've got my envelope here, and I've got my spare pieces of paper here. Now, to make the hinges on each side, I'm going to use this piece of paper and cut off just a fraction like I did before. So these are my two hinge pieces, and that's my flap that's going to fold over. I'm going to use the glue. This time I'm actually not going to use keyhole surgery to get my second hinge in. I'm going to stick that on like that to make sure that it's nice snug against the side, and then I'm going to stick my other hinge as well. Just make sure you don't get any glue on the envelope, or else that won't open. And I'm just going to stick that on that side as well. Okay, that might just be a bit long. A lot of trial and error here, and not much careful measuring. But like I said before, I don't like these pieces to pop up above the top of the envelope. And that's fine. So no keyhole surgery this time. I'm going to put glue on this side and glue on this side all the way up to the top, and then I'm going to fold it up and glue it. A lot easier. And then with my flap, I'm going to once again just corner cut these two here, and I have got a perfect plain envelope this time. So from a blank piece of paper, what I tend to do is I tend to estimate how big I want my envelope, which want it about that size, which is roughly a third of the paper. And then fold this down here like this. So it is roughly into thirds, near enough. I then want my flap to come over by about that much, and you can see how much I've folded back there, about 1 inch. And so to the cutting. So I'm going to cut this piece off here, making sure that I've got a nice straight neat line, and that basically is my envelope. Next piece is I need to put some hinges here so that my envelope will stick together without having to bother to put flaps or anything on it. So I fold my piece of scrap paper that I've got left in half, and then what I tend to do is I just tend to cut a little bit off at that side so that when I stick it in and fold it up, it doesn't stick out at the top of here, which if it sticks out of the top of here, it does my head in. So I've got 2 hinges which I fold in half. Doesn't have to be massively accurate. And these are going to go at each side to hold the envelope together. If I'm going to decorate the outside of this envelope, what I would now do is I would decorate all this, put my my collage or whatever on, and then I would make the envelope up. So all I'm going to do is put some glue on here. If I was decorating the envelope with collage, what I would tend to do is use white glue, but I'm not, so I'm going to use a Pritt stick. So I'm just going to glue along here, pop maybe a bit of glue on the top there just to make sure that it's glued right the way to the top. And I'm going to stick my hinge on, lined up with the fold and also lined up with the side. It's important that it lines up with this side because that gives you the nice neat edge. And once again on the other side, the glue. As I said, if I was doing a collage, what I would tend to do is I would use white glue to stick it rather than glue stick, because over here the glue sticks aren't that particularly good. So I've stuck my 2 hinges on, and all I'm going to do is fold my envelope up, smooth it down on the crease line, and it's done. There you go. And there you've got your basic envelope. These here, for the flap, you could leave it square and stick it down and send it. I tend to like to either cut these off with an angle on them so that you end up with a envelope that's got a flap with an angle, or I corner cut them so that the flap's got a bit of a curved corner. There you go. And that is complete.